All right, let's get a recap of today's efforts. Wanted to update y'all. Y'all saw the last video where I took all this stuff out. About to get all the sound deadening stuff, put all that through there. But today we was working on the motor. So we had a problem with the other carburetor that was on there. When I rebuilt it, I don't know how it broke, but I rebuilt this other carburetor, and I guess one of the floats broke, so it was just leaking a bunch of fuel as soon as we hooked up the fuel system. So that was a problem, but luckily we had a spare carburetor, a double pumper, so this one's a little bit more performance. So it's definitely gonna pump some fuel through there. So we got it hooked up to the Evil Energy fuel lines. I got the line running down that way. Y'all should know all this if y'all been tuning in. Under here, we still gotta clean up some wiring and all that, so don't mind that. But now we got an electric fuel pump down there from Summit, and we got it hooked up to the tank. So once we get that wiring finished up, cleaned up, got some fuel in the tank. I'm about to put the filler neck thing back together. Hopefully it's over here. Yeah, I found the filler neck. It was over under the seats, but I'm gonna let it soak in this parts cleaner stuff to clean it up more, because it had a lot of rust and whatnot on it. So I put it in that, let it soak in there for a minute, and then we'll put that back on there. And then once that's back on there, I can put the fuel tank cap back on, and then that'll complete everything with the fuel tank. The fuel tank will be fully in there, put together. Like I said, we got the fuel pump on there now, so we're good with that. We got it to pump fuel, and it was pumping a lot. And I don't know, it's because, we thinking it's because it's on the slope like this. It's, it's jacked up in the air. That's probably why it was just pumping fuel down here, but at least we know the pump works. So this is, this motor's temporary, but we're trying to get it to run on its own so we can move this car as we please. Other than that, we did make a lot of good progress today. Next week, I'll start on the interior stuff, start restoring this. And then the following week, we should have a running motor, and it'll be good to go. I'm happy with the progress of this, and we're progressing pretty fast on this car. We haven't even really, really spent a lot of money yet. It's all little money here, little money there. We're using some stuff, we're reusing what we can. And if we can't reuse it, then we look to find the best option, the cheapest option, real budget friendly. We don't have a big budget like that, but we'll get it together with what we do. That's what we do. We get it to work with what we have. I'll let it air out some more in here when the car was running. Sorry I didn't get no video of it, but there will be plenty of videos of this car running as we're going. As far as our list right now, throttle cable, my brother's gonna handle that. Found this chewed up spark plug wire. So what I'm gonna do on my part is actually get all new spark plugs and get the ones that we can cut to the size of them. So I'm gonna do my research on that, get me some of those, replace this messed up one, but it did start and fire and run for a second on 7 cylinders. So that's good. And it was low voltage because the battery wasn't hooked up all the way. So that's another thing we got to get is the battery, you know, the little connectors that screw in to the battery. So we got to get those. And that's really all. Everything else is done. Over on the parts counter over here, that's what I call it over here now, the parts counter. We already got a lot of stuff. This is the transmission pan. That's just some spare parts from the fuel wing stuff. In that box, got rotors, got pads. So we'll start on the braking system later on after we get this fully running and moving. And we'll put it back in the air and start on this rear brakes. And we'll have that handled. And then that's about it. After that will be bushings. Clean it up under the carriage, and we'll be moving on to other things eventually, but that's what I would say the next year plan is. Within the next year, all that should be achieved. Brakes, running motor, interior pretty much redone. Not the whole thing, but carpet and everything redone. Fuel system's already handled. We handled that today. We're golden. So definitely happy with it. Good to hear it again for a few seconds. But the moment we get this actually running, I promise I'll get y'all a video. Y'all see this thing running. I know y'all tired of seeing it just sitting here, but it will be running and I'll have it on video. So that's it. Quick little update, let y'all know what was going on today.